I redefine the impossible. That's why I'm the concrete rose.
All good.
That's cool.
Queens.
Hey, Queen. How's it going?
It's going good, Miss Linda. I'm so excited to see you. I am. You have no clue how much you really mean to me, Miss Linda. Like, I just want to
Oh,
give you your
that is
flowers. To everyone else that doesn't know, Miss Linda guided me on an industry set job that I had, and she taught me how to be a lady. She taught me how to walk. She taught me how to look. She taught me how to posture myself. And I just thank you so much just for embracing me and just for teaching me the game at 20 some years old. Thank you, Miss Linda. You are just
oh
everything.
That
wow.
is so sweet.
That is so sweet. Yes, it is. Because I'm telling you, she's a queen and has been in her own right from the day I met her. So, oh yes, girl, that
Oh,
means a lot. That
Oh,
means a
that
lot.
is so nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Linda has that effect on people.
She
Let
does.
me tell you, girl, she'll push you. You hear me?
Yeah.
I've known this helper for I don't know how long. And when we work together in the training department, she just give me a piece of paper. Here, go do this. I'm like, but I don't know. Well, figure it out. I'm like, girl, get on my nerves.
Well, thank God she was a little nicer on set.
Oh, okay, because she wasn't to me. She like, go ahead, do this.
But you know
I'll be
what
back in a minute.
it is? She sees something in you, and that's what it is. She pull out of people what she can see in you that you can't see yet.
Yeah, but she does it
Absolutely.
different to different people. Sound like she
Oh
was a
yeah.
whole lot nicer to you. She gave you more instructions. She gave me none. She just said, here, take this paper and this computer and figure it out. I'm like,
You know,
Lord.
you have to customize that approach to get
Right.
the best out of everybody.
Right.
Greetings and welcome to Uncorked in Conversation. It's your girl Elle. I am here. It's wine o'clock, and I'm here with April, Paulette, and our very special featured guest tonight, author, poetess, spoken word artist, queen extraordinaire, the concrete rose, Nina Griggs. Hello, Nina.
Hi, hi, Linda.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. How y'all
Hello.
doing?
Hello,
Doing well.
hello.
Clink, clink, clink,
Yeah,
clink, clink, clink. Welcome and
thank you.
cheers.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Paulette, April, how y'all doing tonight, ladies?
I'm doing
Fabulous.
pretty good.
Good.
Just coming off this COVID stuff, still got a little cough, but better, much better, much better.
Mm-hmm.
So glad you're doing better. It's a monster, ain't it? I tell you.
It is, but like April was saying earlier, what kept me going through is looking back at the pictures and stuff from the cruise.
Yes, yes, yes.
And some of the
I'm
videos.
still on the cruise high myself.
Yeah.
It was lots of fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
I
had
know
crazy.
April has a lot of pictures of herself.
Yes, she does.
Why you say that, Paulette?
Because you always do.
I gave
You probably took
I
a picture in every room you were on, every room, every background, walking, whatever we were. Because even remember the little video we did at dinner, you had to be in it twice.
You know what was funny too? I was so weak because she was like, "Oh, I didn't know we were doing anything," but she posing and voguing the whole time. I didn't know we were doing it.
And then she slid to the back, like, "Let me do it again because I got to be the last person."
This ain't.
See, Nina, they lying.
You just had to make sure, like, you
We
just took
got proof.
opportunity
We got
of good
receipts,
lighting.
honey.
That's all it was. You just took an opportunity of good lighting. That's all it was.
That's it.
All
You
the
know?
time, Nina. All the time. And look,
Resisted.
Nina, she will push us to the back. She will get in the front. Understand that. If we're taking a picture, she's got to be in the front, honey. She is not going to be in the back.
Okay, get behind me. Like, wait a minute, hold on, what?
And we all
The
get
Real
behind.
Housewives or
I
something.
said that one time, and I thought I said it in my mind, but I actually said
So you said it out loud. So we know every time it comes to a picture, we got to be behind you. It just is what it is.
Oh my
Diana,
goodness.
I guess we the Supremes.
You guys are so fun. See, Lena, why y'all showing off in front of our special guest?
We just keeping it real. We want them to know exactly what we go through.
Look, how the young folks say we keeping it 100.
Yeah, well, I know.
They don't say that no more, Paulette. They say keep it a band.
Right.
Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They be switching it all the time. I be learning new
old.
lingo every day.
Keeping a band.
Keep it a band. That's
Yeah,
right.
keep it a band,
Get
keep
with
it a
it.
buck.
Keep it a buck. Okay, I done learned something new today.
I
Let
like
me write that
100
down.
instead of a buck though. Sure, $100 a little bit better than a buck. You know, if that's what you don't want.
I try to keep them up on stuff. I try. But as we clowning right now, let me just ask you ladies, what are you uncorking on tonight?
Well, I'm back. I am back.
Oh,
I
Lord.
am drinking the shard. The
You're drinking the
shard
shard.
is back. I am no longer on a diet. See, Nina, what happened was I was trying to lose weight for the cruise. Thank you. I was trying to lose weight for the cruise, and the Chardonnay, a glass of Chardonnay has like 160 to 80 calories. And I found out that Prosecco only has 60 calories. So I saved a whole lot of calories, just about half, more than half. I started drinking Prosecco to lose weight. That's my diet wine.
I like
But now,
that.
you like my philosophy there. That's good wine ideology, okay?
Yes.
She said,
But
good
tonight,
Echo. Okay.
tonight I am back in full charge, Chardonnay, and it tastes so good.
It's the return of the Mac. I'm glad. Okay.
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
Did you
Not
start
on
just
right.
tonight, or were you drinking that this weekend as well?
No, I was drinking sparkling wine, champagne all weekend.
All weekend.
okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah.
It was lit. So what do you have there, Paulette?
Nah, I'm just drinking some water, and I try to drink some sweet tea because anything else was burning the back of my throat.
Yeah.
You know, was still coughing and all. So unfortunately, I'm not sipping this week. Maybe next week, but not this week.
On to recovery.
She
I
get
feel
the
you,
week
baby.
off.
Yeah. Nina, what you got there, lady?
One of my fans, her name is Jessica. She sent me some wine from Reed Sweet Wine in Tacoma, Washington. I don't know if it's a Chardonnay or like maybe a Pinot or something, but it's strawberry mango pineapple wine.
Wow.
Ooh.
She has
Okay.
all different
Nice.
types of flavors and stuff that she makes right there at her winery.
Really?
Yes, I will talk to her, see if I can get her to send me some more bottles or something so I can send you ladies something.
That would be beautiful.
Because we do wine tasting, so we uncork wines, and that'd be great.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
tell her and see if she send me some bottles. I'm sure she will. I'm sure
Okay.
she will. And if y'all
Great.
ever go to Tacoma, y'all could go visit her because she has like a little like
Yes.
outside patio you could sit at and like eat lunch and have your wine and look at the horses and stuff.
Oh, we're going on
Nice.
another road trip.
Another road trip, yes.
No, it's not. What you
No.
flying on that one? I ain't driving to
Oh.
no Tacoma, Washington. You crazy?
Oh, well, maybe not road trip. I guess we'll have to fly, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just ready to go. Okay, how we
Yeah.
get there?
Well, let's go. Who
Rain,
driving?
sleet, hail, or snow.
But that would be an idea to deliver to me to drive and stop at different wineries across the country, like go up and over and then down and come back around. That would be nice.
Get y'all like an
RV.
RV.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
rent
would
an
be
RV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RV, yeah.
Yeah.
That would
We
be
got to
nice.
stop in Colorado because we got to go to the weed ranch.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Nina, gotta
Absolutely.
do it. Gotta
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, Denver is beautiful. So yes.
Yeah.
Throw me down there
And
with the
clean.
luggage.
Oh, no,
Just
you
throw
coming
you with
with
the
us,
luggage.
girl. You got to come with us, honey.
Yeah. Yes. You come with us.
That's true.
Uncorked and friends. Yes.
Yes, road trip. Glam trip.
All right, Miss Linda, what are you uncorking on tonight?
I'm really only uncorking on water because I kind of uncorked like all day, so
That's not uncorking. We got to give a name. We got to give you a name for that. That's not uncorking.
Yeah.
What's that? Rapping? Wrapping up.
Wrap it up. She said wrap it up.
That's rolling
There-
up, but whatever.
Oh, wrong. See,
Right.
that tells you I don't know anything about weed. Okay,
Yeah.
rolling up.
Katie's
Rolling up.
rolling peas.
Oh my
Y'all
goodness.
are funny. Well, listen, we're going to get into tonight's show. I want to uncork on what Nina's latest projects are. We want to hear all about what you got going on. But first, there's always a but first. We want to
Here.
remind our listeners that you can hear us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora Music, which is very coveted right now. Pandora's having a little bit of a delay getting podcasts on their platform. So we're pretty, if you're on Pandora and you want to hear podcasts, you may not be able to find one that you like because there's a little delay getting on there. So check out Uncorked in Conversation.
We already there.
Yes, already there, been there, okay? And then if you would follow us on our social media platforms, Uncorked in Conversation on Facebook, Wind Down with Uncorked is our public Facebook group, Instagram at Uncorked in Convo, Twitter at Uncorked in, TikTok at Uncorked in Conversation Podcast, and LinkedIn at Uncorked in Conversation Podcast. Follow us, share the episodes, share our platforms with your friends. Let's continue to build this great and positive community.
Yay.
Yay! We are nearing the end of season 2. Woohoo! Clink, clink.
Clink, clink,
Cheers,
clink, clink,
ladies.
clink. Cheers.
We are ending, we're getting near the end of season 2. This is our next to the last episode of season 2. Our last episode of season 2 will be our Father's Day episode. You don't want to miss that. Please be there when we uncork all about the one and only father of them all, Nick Cannon. I got a little something I got to say about him, but we're going to wait for the Father's
Yeah, we're
Day.
going to wait for that.
Ooh.
You trying to do
Got
a
some
tribe.
words for him. Yes, got some words for him. In other news, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
We do want to share that pride is important because someone tonight still believes they're better off dead than being themselves. And we want people to be their authentic selves, whatever and whomever they want to love. Should not be allowed to be decided by anyone else. It should only be decided by them, and we need to respect it. And that is what pride is all about. So we celebrate pride this month. I was watching Angels in America today on HBO Max.
Uh-huh.
Such a
I
great
remember that.
movie.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Such a great
HBO
movie.
back in what, in the 80s?
Yeah, the 80s.
80s?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the 80s. It was the mid 80s, mid to late 80s. I think they made that.
Right.
Yeah. So, and today is June 8th. Ladies, do you know what today is? I mean, I know I just said it's June 8th.
June 8th.
She's a smart aleck. But do you know what day it is? Any guesses?
Wednesday.
Any guesses? She said Wednesday. Yes, it's always Wednesday. Today is National Best Friend Day.
Oh. Oh. That's a loaded subject.
I could not let today's show go by without recognizing National Best Friend Day. So, Nina, do you have a best friend?
My best friend would have to be my fur baby, Marley. I don't do the two-legged ones anymore. They come with liabilities. So I said my next two-legged best friend will be my husband because that's who it needs to be. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Oh, so you're a
Claim it.
baby. So you're a fur mom.
Yes, I am.
And I'm so, you have a dog or a cat?
A dog. She's half lab, half pit, and her name is Marley Monroe. I named her after my two favorite greens, weed and money. Yes, I forgot we have a love for
Ah,
Monroe. Yes, I remember I walked in your bathroom. I tried to take that painting that you had over there by your bedroom. Yeah, I remember that one.
I forgot all about that. Nina, that's right. Nina was the star of a video that was being shot at my house, my apartment years and years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. I had forgotten all about that. That's right. Girl, yes, I still love my Marilyn. Got her everywhere.
Got to have
So
Yeah.
Marley Monroe is
yes,
your doggy's
Marley
name?
Monroe, named her after my two favorite greens, money and weed. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. That is great. Yes. So best friends. So there's a little bit of a history for this show and for our group with regards to best friends.
Uh-oh.
We've talked about it a time or two. So when I was growing up, I was in 5th grade, I made friends with this girl, Kim. And Kim and I have grown up to be, we became best friends nearly immediately, and we've been best friends ever since. So I was 10 years old. So that was like 44 years ago, because I'm not ashamed to tell my
I
age.
know that's
So
melanin on crack.
that's right.
No, she
So
doesn't look it at all.
3 years later, I met April, who also became my best friend. Because April and I really started hanging more than anything. You know, Kim was more of an athlete and everything. And April and I were both like in band and cheerleading and stuff like that. So April and I were hanging. So, right.
Y'all were
So-
10? What did y'all play?
Oh,
I played
I
the
was a flag.
flute.
I was a flag girl.
Oh,
I
okay.
played the flute,
did
and I was the major.
Flute player. I was second chair. What you?
I was second chair.
Yes, it was only for 1 year though.
Yeah, I played the flute from junior high all the way to high school.
Oh wow.
And I was a majorette, and I was a cheerleader. So yeah, I tried to do everything.
Oh yeah, I was just doing that thing.
Gymnastics.
And I followed down right behind her thinking I could do gymnastics too. Girl, I can't do that stuff. I don't even know why I tried. But, you know, anyway, so, you know, when you're young, you know, this is my best friend, that's my best friend. So one day I happened to be having a conversation with Kim, and I said something about April, and I was like, yeah, she's, you know, my other best friend. Kim was having no parts of that. So that was really funny, right? Like back as teenagers. Well, to this day, in our 50s, Kim is still the same way.
So we tease her a lot about that. Like, who's your real best friend?
Right.
and then Paulette comes in the picture, right?
Yeah.
Paulette comes in the picture, and now it just throws off the whole.
You know, I'm just a friend. You know,
right. So she settled into her role as a friend, and she's okay with that.
Well,
me and Kim,
I'm solid there.
Palette's daughter is my goddaughter. I'm a terrible godmother. Like, I have several godchildren. I'm the worst godmother ever. Like,
your goddaughter came that day. I remember. Wasn't your goddaughter there that day?
Probably.
I think it was your niece. I think that was your niece.
My godson. Yes, he was. Brody. He was there. Okay. Yes, he was. He's also my nephew, but yeah, he's my godson. Okay. But I'm a terrible godmother all the way around. But at any rate, last week on the cruise, or a couple weeks ago on the cruise, I finally did say, because I mean, it's already understood, Paulette, you're my best friend too. See?
Two. She actually means 3. But it's okay. Like, hey, I'm one of those people that I understand where my place is, you know?
Right.
I stay at my place. I just joke her and stuff, but I stay at my place.
Right. Yeah, so it's a big we really don't mean any harm. It's just a big funny that we tease Linda with, make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I won't even go into the other people that refer to me as their best friend. Like, I've never even brought that up, like, to many people.
You shouldn't.
I know, right? So I just have to chalk it up as, like, I am the best friend. Because everyone wants to be my best friend.
Yeah, because when they hear this podcast, they're going to be like, I thought I was your best friend.
See, I have no parts to do with this. I just like to hear
And look, that's why Anita said that's why I don't have a best friend
That's
right
right.
Too
now.
complicated. It's just
It's too
too
much.
complicated. 'Cause I've been through that too, where one didn't like the other one, and it's just too complicated.
Oh no, girl. When you get older, you don't care about their complications. That don't even matter. But I do. And Linda knows who my best friend is, and so I mean, but we're good. So, I mean,
Right.
it's grown up stuff. Grown up stuff.
It
I mean, we
is.
ain't doing high school.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we tease her about it. It's not really we really don't care, but
Yeah,
it's just making
right.
her feel uncomfortable. We always get at it. It's a
So I
running
got
joke.
that on out the way and make sure I said that we have to celebrate Best Friends Day.
Yeah.
So happy Best
okay.
Friends Day, best friends.
Whoever you are,
Yeah, all y'all.
all of y'all.
Of course, I love you. I love all y'all.
That's right.
Yes, I love you all.
Look, Lil Wayne said, "Long as my bitches love me." So.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
After those.
That's all that matters. And I do want to give a shout out for yesterday, because yesterday was June 7th. And we all know that June 7th is Prince Day, my first love.
Yes. Happy birthday. Heavenly birthday, Prince.
Yes.
Right.
I didn't know he was a Gemini.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, he's a Gemini.
Love
He's a Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She said, "Oh, now it all makes sense."
Right.
Yeah,
Now it's
right.
all clicking. Like, that's my sister sign, because I'm a Virgo, so we share Mercury. So now it's all making sense, because we really don't care what anyone else has to say. We just gonna do our thing.
Right.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
And my son is June 6th.
Oh,
so he's a Gemini
wow.
too. Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
nephew is June 6th. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Small world.
Same.
Small world. So yes. All right. So we're gonna uncork and speak about Nina and what she's got going on. Let me real quickly go ahead and read Nina's bio so that our listeners can get to know who she is. Nina, also known as the talented K.Rose, is a poet, entrepreneur, musician, author, motivational speaker, humanitarian, spiritual life coach, NAACP and iHeartRadio performer, spiritualist, mental health advocate, and actress. So close to my heart because I've been acting. So close to my heart. She is a two-time Poet of the Year nominee. She has performed her poetry in various places in the 757. She has performed in Richmond, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Brooklyn, New York. She owns an accessories boutique, an apothecary, and offers spiritual services on her website, www.fabboutiqueonline.com. She also published her first book this year, yay, titled The 12 Months of Growth Challenge, a 12-month journey to a better you, which is available on her website, www.fabboutiqueonline.com, as well as amazon.com, lulu.com, and barnesandnoble.com. Wow, so wonderful.
Nice.
Nina, thank you for being
yes. We applaud you.
Wonderful. Yes.
I appreciate y'all providing space.
Absolutely. And I told y'all she's a queen in her own right, honey. I tell you, she came with all the parts. Let me tell
Got
you.
all the accolades. Go ahead.
Yes,
Thank
I love it.
you.
And she is quite talented. Nina and I met many years ago on the Roundtable show that we used to, it was similar to a podcast that we used to record live at VA Live.
Right.
Down Military
Yeah,
Highway?
South Military Highway. VA Live,
So,
rest in
yeah.
peace.
Deep Creek area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
it's
used
not
to
there
be.
anymore. I
No,
think
it's a dollar store now.
It has
Yes,
a huge
Dollar
Dollar
Store.
Tree.
Yeah. So that was our spot. I think we used to be there on Wednesday nights. I think it was.
Yeah.
And that's how I first met Nina. And I had, from the second I met you, you were just a whole vibe, girl. I have to tell you that. Yes. Like, so very often, especially when multiple Black women get into a space, I don't know, there's very often this unspoken, contentious spirit, jealousy and backbiting kind of a feeling. You have to kind of get used to each other so that you can kind of get past those things. I had none of that experience with Nina.
Vice
She
versa.
was just, oh gosh, just this open spirit, just this beautiful, beautiful being. And it was just such a pleasure getting to know you in that space.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda, because I actually credit you to the start of my acting career.
What?
I
I
do,
love
because I
it.
know how you love acting, and I'm so excited to hear that you're doing it full time. That is so amazing and inspiring.
Yes. And you've taken, I know you've done some spoken word, so now you have transitioned into the acting world. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I know about all of your other pieces, but I did not know about your acting yet.
Yes. So, I actually was an extra in a movie that's not coming out, but they actually shut down Baxter's in downtown Norfolk like for 2 days, and we had filmed in there. And I was an extra, and the lady was supposed to fall, and everybody supposed to be like, oh, like, but kind of not making a scene about it. But when she fell in front of me, I was like, damn. They're like, we're keeping your part. That was good. And they were like, you got something. I was like, really? And then I ended up the same director for that movie. He called me I call him a famous actor from this area. His name is Ian Payton. He actually is in Georgia now. He's been in a couple of movies and his career is really just taken off. I was a silent supporting actress for his first ever scene publicly. We went to an open mic and performed a scene that he kind of redid from, I want to say The Godfather, but it was an abusive scene though. And yeah, so like, and
wow.
it was just amazing. So I'm getting my feet wet. I'm trying different things, trying to see where it's gonna go now. I want to take it
That
Good.
is
serious.
Wow. So
excellent.
Thank
you
That's
got
you.
nice.
bit. You got bit with the acting bug, huh?
Yes,
Hey.
Miss Linda did it.
Ah.
Because she wouldn't have taught me how to look confident in front of the camera. I would have never known how to fake it until I made it. I wouldn't have. She did. She told me, she said, shoulders back and you walk like this. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And it looks like I know what I'm doing, even though I didn't.
Fake it till you make it, baby. That's
That's
right.
right.
Oh Lord, how many times did we say that, Linda?
Yes. Yes. That is such a great story, though. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
You are gonna, girl, you're so talented. You are gonna go far.
Thank
I'll share
you.
some stuff with you too. I don't know. I know that you've been doing some local things. There are quite a few local films being shot and such. So I'll certainly share information with you as I come
Oh,
across it.
thank you, Miss Linda. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
See, no
absolutely.
cattiness here. This is all love and embrace.
All
Oh
love. That's
yes.
right. Each
What
one
I
bring another
have,
good
what we
one.
have, we have.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm on backstage.com. If you have a chance to take a look and join backstage.com, there are a lot of auditions there. It does cost to join that, but there are some other platforms that you can join that don't cost anything, and give you a limited access, and you can see different roles. So I'll definitely send some stuff your way because I'm
Thank
really
you, Miss
excited.
Linda. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I know that there is quite a bit of symbolism behind your name, Concrete Rose.
Yes,
And I was wondering if you would share where the name came from
yes.
and the symbolic nature of your name with our
Of
listeners.
course, I actually wrote the quote down because I had a feeling and I can't remember it. But I call him my big brother, Mr. Crooks, aka Tupac Shakur. He
Yeah.
wrote this poem called The Concrete Rose. And when I read it at 18, 19 years old, I was like, first off, I didn't know Tupac was a poet. I thought he was just a gangster rapper. And it
No.
really,
Yeah.
right, it really opened my eyes to who he really is as a person. And when I read that poem and how he was talking about how this rose just broke through concrete, I'm like, that's me. Like, that's
Yeah.
me. Like, I actually have a quote that I built off of it called I redefine the impossible. That's why I'm the concrete rose. Because it's like no matter what comes up against me, no matter what obstacle I face, I seem to always overcome it. So the quote he said was, did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else cared.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
Powerful.
That's
Yeah.
very powerful.
Thanks,
Wow.
I call him
That
my
has
big
real
brother.
substance. Your big brother.
Yeah, I do. I feel like he be, because my cousin always told me, he said, you act just like Tupac, like you always helping people, but you got that angry side to you. So like, I even got my nose pierced on the same side. He got his nose piercing.
I know
You gonna
that's
invert your bandana and wear it on your head the way he
I
does
got
too.
a bandana with roses on it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I love that quote. It's such a quote of resilience
Yeah.
and power and strength. So that is awesome. You are indeed the concrete rose. And I remember when you shared that, the first time I heard you share that, I want to say I saw you share it on social media, and I was like, wow. Because I do remember, sharing some coaching and such with you, and as we became closer friends, I said, this girl she is a powerhouse. She don't need nobody to tell her that she is on it. I would just become so inspired by so much that you said, and you're unapologetically you, and that is huge, because at such a young age, and I don't know, do you mind telling us your age?
Not at all. I'm 31. I just be telling people I'm 21. I said, I'm going to go ahead and start early.
He said,
Start lying about change
Right,
early.
start early.
Good, because I do the same thing.
I was like, we got good genes. Why not? They're not going to know the difference.
That's right.
I like
That's
that.
right. And 31 is absolutely still young. So that is great. But so just thinking about being at that age, I remember being at 31, and I had a lot of uncertainty in my life. I had done some things, but I had quite a bit of uncertainty. I definitely wasn't living my dream at that time. So to talk a little bit about feeling comfortable enough at 31 and at a younger age, because I met you so many years ago, and being comfortable in your skin, being able to be your authentic self. Talk about that, because that's certainly not easy for us as Black women.
No, it is not, because when you constantly got the world pointing at you saying this is wrong and that is wrong and fix that, it makes it very hard for you to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, I love what I'm looking at, instead of, oh, I need to have thicker hips, or I need to have a skinnier nose, or whatever. But growing into loving authentically me, it really came from hitting rock bottom. Hitting rock bottom, losing a lot of people I thought was friends, all the people I had around me. And even though I was working and I was performing and it seemed like I had it all together, inside I was dying. And when I hit rock bottom and I got in a car accident and I couldn't work, I felt like that was God telling me I had to sit down and focus on me, because I was headed for death. I was headed for death, being very, very suicidal. I was definitely headed for death, because I kept attempting it, but nothing would happen every time I attempted it. So actually really sitting down and facing myself and saying, do you really want to stay this way? Do you want to be a Tasmanian devil? Do you want to be crying every other month nonstop for weeks at a time? And really saying you got to take self-accountability for the parts that you have done, and identifying what is it that has made me this way. And I call it inner child healing. When you go back and look at your childhood and see the things that happened in your childhood that affect the choices that you make now. And I had a trauma starting at 4 years old, going all the way to 30 years old. Like, I was still in trauma, trying to heal, still getting traumatized. And it was really sitting down with a therapist, someone who didn't know me and who wouldn't judge me for the things I said out my mouth, and just really doing things like journaling or going out in nature, or starting to get comfortable coming out on social media saying, hey, I'm not okay. That's when I started becoming more comfortable. And I wasn't always comfortable, because people always got the whispers and stuff they're going to say. But when I started getting the inboxes, Nina, I'm glad that you shared your story, because that helped me be able to tell somebody mine. That kind of started giving me strength, or running into people like Miss Linda when I didn't feel strong, and you feeding me some sort of strength. That's what really kept me going. I'm like, well, why would these people say they see something in me if they didn't?
Right.
I had to find it for myself. And when I found it for myself, I wasn't going to let nobody take it from me.
That's right.
And that's when I
Beautiful.
started growing into loving myself more. Like, yeah, Nina, your mouth might be a little slit. You need to work on it. But what you said was the truth. Just add more compassion to it. So, like,
Right? Yeah.
you know, because they say brutality is honesty without compassion. I can be a very brutal person. So I'm just working on, adding the compassion, because something that I've learned recently is nothing wrong with the way I love. I just have to
Right.
set better boundaries, because I'm a very loving and open person. But when I keep getting traumatized and abused, it makes me want to withdraw. So I would set
Mm-hmm.
boundaries so thick that nobody could get close. I wouldn't let anybody, like, people like, I haven't heard from you in a month, and I'm comfortable with that, but that's not healthy either. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
really learn
Wow.
Wow.
the balance of, and not overwhelming myself either. Feeling like, oh, I got to keep up with social media. Once I blocked out
Oh
what
yeah.
social media was saying, that's when I really learned how to love myself.
There you go.
Isn't social
Yeah.
media, as much as it's a great school,
Right.
right? Because we're all business people, artists, coaches, and we present ourselves, we present our platform, we present our brand via social media. This is how people consume what we have to give. But can't it be just such a horrible
Yeah.
place if you let it be?
Yes. Especially if
Yeah.
you're not mentally strong enough. And that's why I get up there
Yes.
and talk about it, because we have so many athletes just in the Olympics alone talking about mental health. And then when you get up there and you're asking, because there'll be people up there asking for help sometime, and it may seem, and
Yeah.
they say a difference between drama and trauma. Some people look at
Right.
someone having a traumatic response as drama, and it's really not. So when you get up
Right.
there and you got people judging you, especially when it's people that look like you, it takes you down further. And it can
Mm-hmm.
Right.
become a very
Yeah.
hellish place. It
It
Yeah.
It
can.
can.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
I've said time and again, I'm so glad that we didn't have social media back when I was in junior high, high school. I was bullied back in elementary and junior high, and that was bad enough, right? Like, I already know that I still suffer trauma from some of those things that happened, but it would have been 1,000 times worse if I had had to read things from people that wanted to attack me on social media, in addition to having to see them for the little time at school that they would pick on me, or on the bus that they would pick on. That would just compound it.
Right.
Something happened last week, and I still haven't gotten heads or tails of what it was. I don't really think it was anything, but it made me think about what a ridiculous place sometimes social media can be. T.I., I think he posed with his son or something in
Oh,
a
he leaned
picture.
in or something.
And because the man is leaning, social media going crazy. What is that about? Like, there are so many memes about T.I. leaning, and they got him superimposed in all these different people's pictures leaning. I'm like, the man won't do enough but taking a picture.
With his kid or something. I'm like, yeah, I
It's
don't
a
know.
big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
social media, they'll take things and they run with it. They just
Right.
turn it up, flip it. They don't even rub it down nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's awful. I hate it so much, because I try to look for the positive stuff, but people just want to turn the positive into negative for some reason. And then, like you said, Linda, I agree with you, because I was never bullied, and I didn't bully anybody in school, but I've been known to be called mean.
I was about to say, that's because you mean. I was just about to say that.
I have no idea where they get that from. Nina, don't listen to her.
Nina,
I'm not mean. I just mean what I say.
I'm gonna tell you, Nina, since we've been grown, this girl that said more than once she was gonna beat somebody's tail for me. I will walk. I'm gonna tell you the quote. She said,
Linda, this is not the place for that, okay?
She said, I will walk the dog on her. Tell me what
Yes.
Linda,
That's
this is
what
not the
I'm
place.
talking about, sis.
This is not the
You know,
place.
and you know what that sound like? It sound like a best friend to me.
Okay. Oh.
No, I'm gonna stand in the back and just be the friend. Y'all can take the face of that one, you know. No, that's okay.
That's best friend moves right there, Paulette. Go ahead.
I'm back in the back. I'm okay. I'm all right with that. But but just think about that. If I'm mean to somebody, and we had social media back when we were in school, then they could be on social media just going off on
Yeah.
me and not even their own name, just saying all kinds of stuff. And I don't know where that would have took it from me, you know, because I think it would have changed a lot of us if we had it when we were growing up. I'm glad for that aspect that we didn't have it. But I tell you what, if I would have had the World Wide Web to my hands when I got out of high school, I think I might have a doctorate right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I would own some country, like I would own some stuff, like for real. Yeah.
That's too
Oh,
funny.
yeah. All the other stuff
But
you can
yeah.
just leave it. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Nina, because
Thank you.
mental health is growing. It's doing nothing but growing. And anybody that you can help and that you can touch, you know, with your experience, you know, you can keep them from doing what you tried to do. Or if they've tried it, you can actually relate to them and they can understand, and you can help them, and hopefully they can help somebody once they come out of their, you know, cloud that they're in. So please keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Thank you so much. I definitely will.
And we talked about how you wear so many hats. I did not realize, I knew that you were a very spiritual person, a spiritualist, but I didn't realize that you were doing spiritual life coaching.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because with what I do with acting, I'm interested in becoming a life coach because I do have a background in coaching. So I'd like to hear a little bit about your journey into becoming a spiritual life coach.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So that started at 4 years old. First thing I remember is I had a dream from God, and God was talking, and God's voice is exactly how they describe it in the Bible. It sounds like thunder. And I remember I was scared, but I wasn't scared at the same time, and I didn't understand what they were trying to tell me. All I remember is they said, "You're going to go through a storm," and I couldn't hear the rest of it. But then the next thing I remember, my favorite auntie had passed away, and I saw her come through my window. And she wished her son happy because it was his birthday, and she wished her son happy birthday. And then I could hear her talking, and she wasn't there, and they call that mediumship, when you can
Right.
talk to the other side and stuff. So I didn't understand what was going on, and my family was like, we don't know because you're 12 years old, and that's really young to have that gift. So I know what I saw. I saw the lady come through the window. I know I saw
Right.
her.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just laying there like, what I'm supposed to do? Like,
Right.
somebody I
Right.
know that I saw go in the ground just walk through the window.
I saw what I saw.
Right,
Right. Yeah.
right. But I didn't understand. I didn't know what a medium was. I didn't know about tarot reading and all of that stuff like that then. And then I remember I became 18 and I started feeling bad feelings like 2 weeks before somebody would die. Like I would have a bad feeling. And then it just started going from there. And speaking of Prince, I remember I was working at the warehouse, and that Monday before he died, I told my coworker, because he was the only person who knew I was spiritual, I said, somebody really important is going to die. And that Thursday, my coworker pulled up on me. We was in the warehouse. He said, yo, Prince died. And he's always joking. I'm like, stop joking, Hollywood. Prince ain't died. He said, no, for real. Prince died. I'm like,
Whoa.
so it's like that sometimes. Yeah, it's like that sometimes where, like, I'll just get an inkling of feeling and I just know to trust it. It's really
Right.
believing in yourself, really, and having a really strong relationship with, I call them your higher ups because everybody has a different name for God. So I just figure if I say higher ups, that covers everything.
Right.
Higher ups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
higher ups, yes. But it just kind of started growing into me paying attention to certain things I was seeing that was different. I started seeing ghosts again. Then I seen a perfect circle on my wall when I woke up. And I just kept Googling and Googling. I'm like, what is the circle on my wall? Because I'm a Virgo. We pay attention. That circle was not there last night. And it's a perfect circle.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't know what Salem witch type stuff is going on up in here. So I was like, what is a complete circle, Google? I know you got the answer. And it just kept coming back to you're psychic. You're psychic. I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm psychic. And I just accepted it. Next thing I know, I'm shuffling cards. I'm getting booked by people and people
She's
telling
like,
me, yeah. And then like my friends are like, oh, you Miss Cleo. I'm like, don't call me.
No, Miss Cleo was fake.
No, come to find out, actually she was real. It was the company she was working for.
Oh,
oh,
That's
really?
the company she was
Oh.
working for. Come to find out she was real, but because she signed the contract, she was stuck.
Oh, wow.
oh, wow. Okay.
I learned something
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So in hearing you talk about it, I love the fact that you talk about the higher ups. I say the Most High, because as you said, people just have different beliefs about what that higher power is. You obviously believe in God, right? Because I heard you say you heard God's voice.
yes, I love.
And then at the same time, you are experiencing these, what we would refer to as supernatural occurrences. And you started talking about tarot reading. What often happens, what I experience with Christians very often is, as soon as you start to talk about otherworldly types of things, more spiritual things and real honest spiritual things, Christians often tell you that you're worshiping the devil, for lack of it. They go that far, that that's not of God. And I've been of the belief for a very long time. I had to get past some beliefs that I was raised with, but there's not just one thing. I had a conversation with family over Christmas, and there was a discussion about tarot cards and readings and such. And I just wasn't weighing in on the discussion, but I was listening to what everyone had to say. And when someone would make a point that did make sense, I told them that they made a good point, but everyone noticed I wasn't sharing my point of view. And I said, well, I'm not quick to say that doesn't exist or I don't believe in that. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's of something evil. And I guess I just wish more people could be there.
Not as narrow-minded.
Right. Yeah.
Christian, I am a Christian minister.
Okay.
So Christianity has a lot of biases and narrow-mindedness when it comes to things that not per se in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
And I think what Linda's trying to say, I'm very open to other aspects of religion or God. And like you said, there's different perception of what that is. I believe every religion or belief has a piece of the puzzle. Right. We do not know exactly what that whole picture looks like. We only can grasp what our mind and our belief systems allow us to, and that's what we hold on to. But when you're unable to accept another idea and you think your idea is what it is, that's where I'm like, question Christianity. And I have a degree in Christian counseling and pastoral counseling. So I studied a lot of what a lot of Christians out there have. And I questioned a lot of things that I taught when I was growing up, because I grew up Episcopalian and then I became Baptist. So you have to seek God or the higher ups or the Most High or Allah or God or Jehovah, have whatever word or perception that you have for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For yourself. And to be able to push that belief or to say that you're wrong, I believe in Eastern philosophy. Because like I said, everyone has a little piece of the puzzle, because as they say, we are God, we are his creation. Why would we not possess all these gifts? Why would he not give you this gift that you can help others?
Exactly.
Why would he not do that? And just because you can be able to see things and reach people other than what that book says, that's what God has intended for you. May not be intended for this pastor over here in the Baptist church, because maybe he's trying to reach a whole nother set of minds and ideas for another set of group of people. But you have your own set of people that you want to help through your God, through your upper ups. I love that. I'm going to start saying that, the upper ups, because
higher ups.
When you higher ups, I said upper ups. The higher ups. But I do I am open to that, and I see that that's something that you have. You didn't ask for it. God gave you that gift.
Yes,
You know, He gave it to you, and you are able to utilize that in the way, in the will that He wants you to. So I said, I commend you.
thank you. Thank you
I
so
do.
much. Thank you so much. Actually, when I was 9 years old, I forgot to say that. When I was 9 years old, we were at a church, and my mom said this. I think she said it was a preacher. The lady came up and she prophesied over me, and she said I would be a prophet and I would speak to thousands of people.
Wow, look
Oh,
at
wow.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Love that.
Wow.
Love
Wow.
that.
I don't like to put
Wow.
So,
myself
I
back
be on
though.
TikTok sometimes, right? And so do you have like a following on TikTok? Because I see them like, because I be scrolling late at night. I should be asleep, but I'm not. And because TikTok have you up for hours,
Yes, it
right?
will.
But I see people a
Please.
lot of doing tarot card readings.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Is that something that you do or something that you want to do?
Yes, I actually have a following on YouTube. I was on TikTok, but when I changed my phone number, I got kicked out. So I'm trying to figure out how to get back in on my TikTok.
Oh,
I have
Uh,
a following on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the Virgo Garden. And that's
Virgo Garden.
yes, ma'am. And they tell me, they're like, you give it to us real, because I'm not up here trying to be like unicorns and butterflies. I'm like, that's not reality. Like, if God say you made in my image, why are you going to ask for something, say amen, worry about it, and not work for it?
ooh,
Mm.
Yeah, I'm all about self accountability and putting in that work.
yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
gotta hold yourself accountable. Because my thing is this: you ask for God to help you, but you're not doing anything to
Right,
help yourself. He's just not
right,
going to make a miracle. I mean, he can now. I'm not
right,
Yes.
putting the limitations on God,
right,
but you still have to step up and say, "Let me meet God halfway, or at least halfway, and say,
right,
what can I do so I can be blessed?"
right.
Because
Right.
the blessing could be over here,
Right.
but you're still waiting over here on the left. All you got to do is just meet him halfway, and the blessing's right there waiting for you.
Yeah, and I told them that all the time. And like, you gotta believe, you gotta have faith. 'Cause I think it was Peter that was looking and was walking on the water and kept sinking because he kept looking and getting distracted.
Yes.
Bring that up, and then I tell them about when Jesus said you could tell the mountain to move into the water. Like,
Yep.
it's all about the mental and the emotions. Once you get your mental and emotions in check, you pretty much got everything else figured out.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's
So right.
exactly.
So right.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
And
right,
that is
listening
great.
lady.
Yes. I hear it's funny, April, too, that you talk about your for lack of a better word, liberal lens that
Hmm.
you observe Christianity through. Because right now, several Christians that I know of would probably have a fit
Oh yeah.
hearing you acknowledge
Oh yeah.
as you did. And, I often go back to that's how they ended up burning witches long ago. Because I have a whole thing about the word witch, okay? Just thinking of witches in general, because we have been conditioned to believe that a witch is bad because of all of the people who thought differently
Mhm.
being burned at the stake because, oh, you think like this, you must be a witch.
Mhm.
Anything that's not within our tight knit
Mhm.
little neat
Right.
package
Right.
Mhm.
has to be witchcraft. And those people were burned and they weren't nothing evil. The
Yeah.
Christians burned them. Like, how is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I often think about
It's just like
perception.
when you look at, when let's say you're a prophet, okay?
Mhm.
A lot of Christians would say, no, you don't believe in prophets, but the Bible never said anything about not believing in prophets. They said do not believe in false prophets.
Prophets,
So that
right?
means that there are real prophets out there to give you the real deal, the real encouragement, inspiration,
Right.
information, that you would need to help you move in life. It says false prophets are those one who are deceitful.
Right.
That's what you watch out for.
Right, right, or the ones who are about their ego. But I also have a thing about witches too. I believe there's good witches and there's bad witches.
You gonna be sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like people
Gonna
for
be
me. But go
sick.
ahead, Nina. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't call myself a witch and I don't dabble in witchcraft. I believe it's also a line between witchcraft and spirituality. And I believe witchcraft is something that is learned and spirituality is what comes from God. Like me seeing my auntie come through the wall, like that's a spiritual gift.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's the difference. But just like you said, Miss Linda, there are good witches though. There are
Absolutely.
good
Yeah.
witches out there. Like hoodoo and voodoo, it originally started for good purposes.
Right.
I don't know much
So
Right.
about
what's the
it,
intent,
but
you would
it did
say?
start for good purposes though. Ma'am?
Right.
I say it's based on the intent
The
and
intent.
how you
Right.
use the
Right.
gift.
Exactly. Yes, I
Okay.
definitely believe that
Okay.
it's who's using it and what they're using it for.
Right.
Okay. I get with that. That's
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, if you look at it with a reasonable mindset,
Just logic, right? Just
Yep.
it's
logic.
yes.
Yep. Just like
Yes.
politics. It's just what you're gonna do with the
Hey.
power.
That's right. That's right. So true.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
So Nina, you are now a published author. You had a book
Yeah.
published this year.
Yes, I did. I'm really excited about it.
Yes, kudos,
Thank
cheers.
you. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
tell us the title of your book and tell us about your book.
So the book is called The 12 Months of Growth Challenge, a 12-month journey to a better you. And I actually started it. I did a challenge on my YouTube channel in 2021 from January to December. And every month I would give them affirmations, I would give them lessons, I would give them challenges, stuff to really make them think and grow. Like you got to do a journal assignment and stuff. And like you really got to sit down and apply it. Like it might seem simple, like, oh, this is the month of love. Don't snap on anybody this month. And you're like, oh, I can do that. But then 2 weeks later, when you're in traffic, you cussing everybody out. And now you got to go back and start the challenge all the way over because you messed
Oh
up.
Right.
man.
So it's really about just keeping you focused throughout the year because we get off like, we like, oh, new year, new me. And this book is about, no, it's not new year, new me. Every day is a new opportunity. So just trying to keep you on track.
Like
Nice.
that.
Nice. I like it.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Is it like a journal or what is the format of the book?
It's kind of hard to explain. So like in the beginning, like for the month of June, like it talks about like the Gemini, because that's the sign for the month. So I'll talk about like the sign for the month and kind of what they're into. Like Gemini, sometimes they like to play mind games. So I'll mention something like that, and then I have a chart with the stones, the polarities, the elements, the chakras, the tarot breakdown, and also a physical body. Like so you also going to focus on a physical body part every month. So this month is the lungs, the shoulders, the arms, and hands. So you could
Okay.
focus on maybe moisturizing more, or maybe you got arthritis in your shoulder. Like figuring out how can I focus on taking better care of this body part this month. So it's like an overall. I believe you have four bodies: a mental, emotional, a spiritual, and a physical body. So it's about taking care of all four bodies.
Because it's all connected.
Yes.
It
I
is.
always say the mind, body, soul, and spirit.
Yep.
It's all connected. And when one is out of balance, all of it's out of balance because one is trying to overcompensate for the other because there's a deficiency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's wonderful. I like
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yes, and you're so right that they're all intertwined. I struggle with anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, and of course I'm medicated for it, but in addition to being medicated for the symptoms, because that's all medicine works on are the symptoms. I learned, and just recently, how to adjust my diet, what specifically I need to do as far as a routine in my spiritual life in order to fight that issue, that disorder. It's like you said, it's just all, and I'm just learning how to really do that. Each day is it's a new journey for me, and it's exciting because for many, many years, I did not take the time. And even back when we were working together on the round table and seeing each other a lot, and although I was sharing words of wisdom, oh my God, I was so broken inside. I just go back to just how I really was, and I'm just like, I was really trying to speak life when I was a mess, a huge mess. But yeah, so it is definitely all connected, the
Sure.
four bodies.
And I see the glow up, by the way. I see the
Oh,
healing. I do. I
thank you, girl.
do.
Mm. And that's how I refer to it too. When someone brings up something from my past, I'm like, yeah, that was a less healed version of me.
Right.
I know it was me, yes, and it was terrible, but it was a less healed version. So thankful that I'm beyond that now, and I'm much more healed
Right.
now. I'm learning to speak in that.
Yeah.
So what is next for the Concrete Rose? What are you working on now? What's to come?
I really, really want to get into like music and acting right now. Like, so that's what I'm
Good.
really going to be focusing on. I'm kind of on a performance break right now, but I still have a performance, I believe, the end of August at Buckrow Beach. I do that one every year.
Ah, what date in
I
August?
believe it's August 20th. It's the end of summer bash. I believe that's the name of it.
Ah, okay. We might have to check that out, y'all. We got, some
Yeah.
people on that side, and we may have to
Oh yeah,
get a little
definitely.
weekend going and check Nina out. Bring some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yes.
love that.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
love that.
So when you do you still do the spoken word as well?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I
Or do
do.
you, okay, where do you go? So we need to listen to you. So we want
Um,
to check you out.
Yeah, I
usually
love spoken word.
Thank you, thank you. Usually it's like whoever just needs me, like I kind of just say God send them to me because I don't go looking for it. So someone be like, hey, this person needs a poet, and then I'll contact the person. So right now just really Buckrow this year, but last year I did a lot of open mics though. I did a lot of open mics and I actually headlined a poetry show where they extended my set out and had a 45-minute set. That was the longest set I ever had.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I
It's like
bet.
having a one woman show.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people's like, you have to take
Yeah.
this on the road. Like, this is like a monologue.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Um,
And do
Yeah.
you, your spoken word, is it with music or is it just you?
it's just me. I actually do have one track that I haven't released yet with music behind it, that I did with a
Okay.
local producer named Prentice P from Portsmouth. So I am going to
Okay.
release that. But I do have a YouTube though, The Real Concrete Rose on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Okay.
spell concrete
Check.
Koncrete. 1K, 1C.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I had to put The Real Concrete Rose up there because a lot of people was trying to come and buy it. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
let them know.
The
This
real
is the
Tupac
real
concrete
take
rose.
Concrete
me,
Rose.
Because Tupac is what?
my big
Your
brother.
brother.
Yes, and I
That's
actually
right.
say Left Eye is my big sister because Left Eye
Oh,
has a quote where she says, people only call things crazy that they don't understand.
yes.
Yeah, I've heard her say.
Yes.
I've heard her say that.
Love me so much.
Mm,
Left Eye was just everything.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
yes. These were
girl.
geniuses, honestly.
Yeah,
These
And
were
then
Yeah.
geniuses.
and they left
Just
the
need to
earth
add a
till
DMX prayer in there, and you got it, girl. It's
yeah,
just the all the way around.
they just
Girl,
left the earth too soon, you know.
they
We
did.
still
right.
needed more. We still needed them to hear more from them because they just to hear them share more of themselves and wisdom.
Yeah.
And I miss Tupac,
Oh,
man. That was my guy. My late husband, he kind of reminded me of Tupac because sometimes he would walk around, he would put the bandana on and everything like that. So yeah, Tupac. And now he was a minister of music, right? So we come from I'm in the I call it the family business because his father was a pastor of the church in Cleveland. He's the minister of music. My mother-in-law's, she's a grand first lady, she's
a mother of the
everything.
church.
Yes. And here I am. I was like, yeah, I'm joining the family business. But he put that bandana on. I thought, yeah, Tupac.
But that's all you needed right there.
Right, right.
That is funny. So, do you have any of your work that you can share with us right now? Anything?
Yes, I do. I'm
Yay!
so excited. You said I could cuss. Sorry, grandma.
Oh
Grandma sits
Oh,
over
girl,
there.
yeah. Come on, you better bring it.
Yes,
yeah.
so one of my ex boo things pissed me off last year. And he was like, "Why are you so angry?" And that's why I say it's a difference between trauma and drama. So I wrote this
Yeah.
poem called Angry Black Woman.
Ah,
And if I was to
Okay.
sleep it out, it just wouldn't be the same.
that's
Right.
right.
Mm-mm.
That's
Right.
right. Let
Right.
it
Bring
flow.
it.
We
Let it
need it
flow.
in full
Yeah. We
version.
need
Yes.
Okay.
bring all your artistic everything, all
That's
the
right.
characters and everything. Bring them on out, honey.
All right. Angry Black Woman. So I guess that's the thing. A stereotypical bullshit ass label. So you can categorize me, diagnose me, and try to extinguish my existence. Did you ever think that maybe I'm not angry? Maybe you just don't listen? Cause as soon as a sister get a backbone, they say that I'm bitching. But it save our daughter as soon as one of us go missing. Angry Black woman, huh? That's all that you got? You forgot. I'm the same one that told you I built empires out of parking lots. I possess the mental capacity more powerful than a Glock. Cause if I unleashed this on you, it'll blow you off your feet into another dimension. When I was face down, ass up, my attitude problem you didn't bother to mention. Got me waking up at the ass crack of dawn to parent your kids and abandon my own. You say I'm from another country. Well, I'm a Nubian goddess, baby. Anywhere I go is my home. I'm passionate about the things I love, and I'll do anything necessary to protect that. So don't let the necessary occur. I pull from the earth, the universe, in my words that can get so passionate and colorful sometimes they can hold all brain activity and make jaws drop. Oh, silly rabbit, you thought all these curves was for entertainment? PSA, it's more to a black woman that's twerking and making her ass drop. Yeah, I could put a hump in my back and shake my rump, but how soon do we forget I'm America's, no, the world's emotional dump? Birthed a whole nation, got left in the dust, and you ignored my cry. So enough is enough. Angry black woman, huh? So I guess that's a thing. Well, don't take my love for granted, and don't mistake my passion for rage. Sincerely, a passionate black woman. Thank you.
I am snapping my fingers all over the place. I'm snapping my fingers.
Yes.
Thank you, Queen.
Yeah.
Thank
Right. It's a
you.
thing. What? Don't be labeling me like that just because
Right,
I'm angry. Everybody get angry.
right, and we done
Girl,
endured so much. Like, how dare you call me angry? Like, how dare
you know?
you? Right.
Yeah.
Thank
A
you.
passionate
Thank
A
black
passionate black
woman.
woman.
That's
Yes.
Teach me to
that's
passionate. That's what I am.
Yeah,
Not
Yes.
angry.
yeah,
passionate,
passionate.
And
passionate.
The way
shout
I
out Jay-Z. Don't let the necessary occur.
Okay,
What?
No,
okay. Passionate about the things I love. Okay.
that's
I love it, girl. You are
Yes.
good.
Thank
Yes,
you,
you are.
girl. I appreciate that
Yes.
so much. I really,
Wow.
really do. I really do. Like, I'm just honored to be alive and be here. Because it was a point in time
Hmm.
I didn't want to. So I'm just
Mm.
grateful for moments like this. I thank y'all.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Keep
wonderful.
yeah.
spreading it, girl. Keep spreading those words. Our young people need it. They need
Yes.
For
help and they
sure.
need to know it's okay to ask for
That's right.
help or to say, I'm not okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
I am so glad to start seeing a lot more commercials of saying it's okay to say you're not okay
right.
It's
to
okay to say
somebody.
not okay.
Right.
To
It just got to be the
somebody.
right person. Because sometimes people like, oh, all you need is a beer or a blunt and you'll be okay. Like, no, this is deeper than
Right.
that. So when I come down off that hat, it's still going to be there.
Still there.
Right.
Exactly.
Still there.
And I
Exactly.
say this all the time. Suicide is the number one thing that's killing people that can be prevented. All you have to
It
do
is.
is talk about it
Yep.
and make
That's
people
right.
comfortable to talk about it. That 5-10 minutes can change somebody's entire world. If you just
Yes.
Yeah.
sit and just
And
like, yo, I need to talk to you, let them get at least 5 minutes
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and
Have you
be
not seen that
observant.
commercial of the guy in the gym and he
Yeah.
has the weight on
The
his
Yeah.
weight.
chest?
Yeah.
Man, when I saw that one, I'm like, I can relate to that. And I know
Mhm.
so many millions of people can relate to. He was just talking about his family, but it's more than just family, it's everything,
Mhm.
it's just life.
Right.
It's a
You know, all
culture
that weight.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
and he's talking,
culture
I'll
thing.
do it.
Yeah.
I'll get it myself. No, boo.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Right.
We
That's what
got
it
to
Yeah.
get
takes to village.
that culture thing. Like we don't tell anybody. We got to keep it within the household because you know it's
Yeah.
supposed to miraculous. work itself out on its own, and it never does.
Exactly.
It never does.
No.
Yeah.
You have to be able to talk to someone, a mental health professional, a
Yeah.
friend, or a stranger. Just get it out where
Yeah.
someone can listen to, validate your feelings. That's the thing right there. To let that person know that they are not crazy.
Right. Because there's
Just
something deep. There's something deep in that
yes,
angry Black woman. There's something deep in
exactly.
her to change
Right.
it to a passionate one. There's
Right.
something deep. So you got to find out what that deep is with that angry Black woman.
Right.
And then that will grow and change it to that passion.
Right.
That's
So
right.
ready to judge people based on their reactions, that they may be reacting because of a certain way experience that they have to cause them to act that way, but we don't want to dig deep enough to
Yeah.
find
Right.
out what that is,
Right.
or care enough to find out what that is.
Right.
Yep.
PTSD
Yep.
is real, people.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah. And sadly, we're programmed in that way. We're programmed, most of the world is programmed to tell people, oh, you need to get past that. Oh, you need to get over that. Or to not allow people to feel it's okay to be vulnerable.
Right.
There's just, even growing up with emotional feelings and hearing, oh, you got to let that go. Huh?
Yeah, that's because they don't know how to deal with it themselves, because they feel
Right.
uncomfortable. So they don't know how to help you. They don't know how to talk to you. So they just really just avoid it. Oh, you'll get over it, because they don't know how to deal with it.
And that creates 30, 40, 50 years of
Mhm.
damage.
Right.
And don't get me
Generation.
wrong, I know we're accountable for healing, for getting our healing, for finding our healing. But people don't help when they don't allow you to be you. They just
Yeah, you got to be calm, but you also got to be open, and you got to be accepting. And we don't want to be vulnerable for all those things to occur. We just want to go ahead and lock it up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's weak
Yeah.
to be vulnerable.
It's
Right.
yeah.
Our trust so
Mhm.
damaged.
And it don't feel good. It's not
Right.
pretty.
Oh, that's the real thing. We don't want to tap into that emotion because it makes us feel bad,
That's
sad.
right.
And I
Yeah.
don't want to visit that emotion anymore because it's too painful.
Yeah. Too
But in order for
painful.
you to get past that pain, how are you going to get to the other side if you don't deal with it?
Right.
How are you going to heal?
Got to cross
Yeah.
that bridge.
Have to.
Got to go forward.
Yeah.
People want the
So
rose.
Nina, before we end, I would like for you to remind our listeners where you can be found online, your socials and such.
Okay, so I have a few. We're gonna start with my poetry website. It is the Concrete. That is KONCRETE rose.wixsite.com/the Concrete Rose. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at The Concrete Rose. I'm also on YouTube at The Real Concrete Rose. If you would like to purchase my book, The 12 Months of Growth Challenge, it's going to be under my spiritual name, which is Virgo Garden, and that's going to be on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Lulu.com, and also my website. And you can also follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at The Virgo Garden as well. And also, I have a discount code for your listeners. If they stay in the U.S. or U.S. territories, they can shop for me for at least a month after this podcast comes out. And y'all's code is Uncorked in combo 22. And I will make sure I send it to y'all so y'all can post it or put it wherever y'all need to put it.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I
Yes.
appreciate y'all.
And we
Love
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here with us, Nina. Before we end, Paulette, did you want to throw in one of your famous "What would you do" situations?
Yeah, if you don't mind, sure.
I would love it. So,
Oh
Nina,
yeah.
yes.
I would love to get Nina's take on it too.
Yes.
Yes.
Nina, this is a segment that we refer to as the Housewives of the 757.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah, and Nina, this is from I wouldn't say a fanatic, but I like excuse me, reality shows. And most of the ones I watch, I will admit, most of the ones I watch are Us. Is about us. However, I've grown from them. I've learned from them, all that kind of good stuff. So that's why I like it. And I like to bring some of the questions to everybody to see, what would your response to this be? You know what I'm saying? So this week, I was able to catch up since I was, home and everything. I was able to catch up with a lot, but I'm going to end this one on a nice, fun note. Okay. So we're going on a road trip. We're going to go to Linda's favorite place, New York City. Okay. Woo! We're going to New York City. And if you have a significant other, or partner that you want to bring along, because we're going to see a Broadway show. So you can go ahead and bring your partner with you. So let's say most of us bring our partners with us, somebody with us, right? Okay, so what we're going to be doing is that I have a little gift bag for everybody. Okay, and in this gift bag is an array of different things, but it's to keep things spicy. I know you know where I'm going. I can see your face already. So in this spicy gift bag, okay, there are these cute little panties. Cute little panties. But with the panties vibrate. So there's this little mechanism that you put in this little slot of the panties and it vibrates. And it has a remote control. Okay? So the way it's going to work is everybody wear the panties as we go out for the night. Everybody brings the remote. I'm going to put it in a basket, and then everybody's going to draw one of the remotes. And then as you want to, whenever you feel like you want to, if somebody says something or whatever, you can push that button and the panties on whoever it belongs to is going to vibrate.
Kiki.
So my question is, would you do it or would you not do it?
Okay, can I guess the show?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
So y'all already know what I'm going to say, but we need to let our guests go first.
I would definitely do it, though. Okay,
You would do it?
Yes, I'm all into keeping life spicy. I'm thinking free panties. Okay. We gonna use this another time. Okay.
I know that's right. I ain't mad. I'm not mad. I'm not bad. Linda?
I find it kinky, and yes, I would do it.
I kind of already knew your answer.
I already knew that.
Yeah, okay.
I knew
and
that.
I'm going to say yes, and then we're going to leave it to April.
The minister.
I'm going to say it I'm going to say it as Christian as I can.
Okay.
Hell to the no.
What?
No!
I know what got April. I can tell you why April said no. I know her so well. It's the idea that anybody can press it.
Yeah, she's not in control.
Well, I don't think she wants to be in control. I think if you said Mr. Man can press it.
And my man.
Right.
Okay. If my man
can
have control of the remote, yes. But somebody else's man or any one of y'all, because y'all gonna be like this.
Yep, I sure am.
No.
I sure am. So I'm gonna let my guess on what show that was.
Okay.
I would just take a wild guess and say Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yay!
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, my girl Candy, of course.
Linda Dungeon.
Candy Coated
products, by the way, they work great.
I love it. I mean, she's in that industry that, it's making a lot of money, and I'm not mad at her. And she just does stuff to, like she says, just a little spice and all this kind of stuff. But, it's always got to be a couple of prudes. And I know y'all could probably, if you watch the show, you know who the two prudes were.
Right.
They just.
Kenya and who else? Oh, Marlo.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got
Well, there was one more. There was one more that conveniently says she forgot her remote.
Oh, girl, I'm over her.
Oh, Sheree. I felt so sorry. I don't want to spoil anything, but I felt so sorry for her.
You feel sorry
I did too.
That's the outcome that's gonna happen.
I knew. I had a feeling that was going to happen too. But I feel sorry for her. I mean, I don't understand. I'm going to say you a millionaire because that big, gigantic hotel that she built. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta have some money to build that.
Right.
Yeah.
One. So I don't care if he had money while he was out. He's in jail. What?
I know. I watch Love After Lockup
Ooh,
and Love During Lockup, so I already saw the signs. Okay.
They kind of love
So
during lockup too. Oh,
yeah,
God.
girl.
mhm,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I've been watching that reality show. That's I share that with Paulette. That is my I don't want to say hobby, but it is mindless entertainment when I just don't want to just
Yeah.
have a care in the world. I just want to release and just not think about stuff.
Right.
And to me, it's hilarious. It's funny,
Right.
but I can't believe people actually living this way, but they are.
Right.
And so as long as they put it on TV, I'm gonna
You
watch.
gonna watch it? I ain't
Yep.
mad.
And let me just tell you that the reunion for Put a Ring on It is gonna be,
Can't wait.
girl,
Can't wait.
You need to watch some
Girl.
shows.
girl. That one is real good. I like Dr. Nicole. She is always so calm, and she just brings out
love
things
Dr.
that just make you
Nicole.
be like, "Well, does that make sense?" You
Right.
know?
Okay, you put
I
it
love
in.
Dr. Nicole. I love her.
I'm still
Yeah,
watching
I
Living
like.
Single. That's
Say
my
it again.
favorite show. I said I'm still watching Living Single. That's my favorite show.
Oh
Living
yeah.
Yeah.
But I watch
Single.
reality TV though. I do. Yeah, but Living Single,
Of
that's
all
number one.
times. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I love old show. Now that's my other
Oh yeah.
my prime time is watching old TV shows. Now
Lord
I'm like
knows. Love Boat.
Yeah, we like
Love Boat.
real old show.
I'm like
Perry
Murder
Mason, Matlock,
Murder She Wrote,
Yeah.
Murder She
girl.
Wrote.
I like Matlock though. Matlock.
I remember
Yeah, I like
that.
Matlock. Yeah.
That was my
Well, thank you for participating,
thank
Nina.
you. I
Yes.
appreciate you. I had so much fun. I would definitely be telling everybody so they keep watching.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, thank you so
So,
much for being here. Listeners, we thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in to the next episode. It's going to be our last of season 2, and we're going to be digging into Father's Day uncorking. Thanks so much for listening. Remember, throughout your week, stay uncorked and wind down. That's a wrap.
That's it.
Thank you. Y'all appreciate it so much. I had fun.
Good. I'm
good.
so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried.
I redefine the impossible. That's why I'm the Concrete Rose.